Jeremy Olson is a software and information systems major here at UNC Charlotte. In 2011, he won the Apple Design Award for his app, Grades. Since then, he's grown his company, Tapity, and recently partnered with Sonico Mobile to create the translation app, Languages.
Languages is an offline translation app. One thing that Sonico, our partner, realized is that over half of their 30 million users, over half of their queries were for single words. And the most requested feature was to be able to have translation without an internet connection. So you have a bookshelf full of your actual translation dictionaries. That gives the impression that they're actually there on the phone. So then when you go into the dictionary, you can actually just swipe through like a regular translation dictionary alphabetically or whatever, and we have a lot of cool ways to just browse through the language that are really fun. With a smart index that you can put your finger on the side of the screen, and it magnifies the letters your finger is around, so you can easily jump to the letter you want. But then the main thing that people are going to use is search, and we wanted to make search really smart and really fast. So basically, you can start typing a few letters, and it will find words that match those letters, but it'll also find the translation of that word in the other language. And we didn't want people to have to switch modes of thinking. So you can type words in either of the languages that you're working with, and it will find the correct translation. We spent hundreds of hours on design for languages. We go through the user's experience and think about what they need, and go through their workflow, things like that, analyzing that. And then coming up with sketching out the interface, sketching out how screens work together, and then going into Photoshop and making it look pretty and all that kind of thing.
Jeremy has given me a bunch of different designs to work on within the app, but the key and major role I've worked on is the icon. When people go into the App Store, the first thing they see of your app is the icon. So it's crucial that it's very thought out and pretty. I usually start out with sketching in a notebook, and then I go to Jeremy and we talk about what should be in there and what the users would get out of it.
Jeremy's education at UNC Charlotte has played an important role in his success. He enrolled in the Certificate of Business Entrepreneurship and the Venture Prize Student Incubator programs to help grow Tapity. In addition, the courses in software and information systems have refined his design skills.
The human-computer interaction course and the rapid prototyping course, those were a big help to me going on, kind of solidifying some of the concepts that I had been learning just through practice.
In the introduction to human-computer interaction, the students alternate between doing individual projects and group projects, and it basically covers the whole design cycle of human-centered design. So it's about going out and finding a problem and understanding users in that problem domain. So it means going out on campus or outside of campus and actually interviewing people and really focusing in on a problem in its context and how the people really deal with that. And then prototyping solutions, figuring out what could be possible solutions, and then actually sort of doing a minor implementation of those solutions and testing it. And the big idea there is, how do you actually go out and test this with real users to figure out, can they really use this, what problems do they encounter? And the real big point of this is that the whole cycle is iterative, that you keep on doing this over and over again.
Actually, I've learned a lot currently from our class. She gives a good amount of work, but her principles and her design have really helped me focus on what I need to when we're designing apps.
And then in the rapid prototyping and interface building class, it's really actually about taking that middle chunk of the design cycle and delving deeper into it. So what are the tools that we can use to try out our design ideas, to get them out of our brain and into some form that people can work with? So we do everything from designing with Play-Doh to actually design a physical form factor of devices, to sketching storyboards that are like comic strips, paper prototyping, video prototyping with movies, and then building things with digital tools. So there's all sorts of digital tools. There's actually an explosion right now of digital tools that allow you to prototype your software ideas. And at the end of the class, they actually do a real implementation in a programming language like Java.
Dr. Toom is in charge of the entrepreneurship program here at UNC Charlotte. When the program started, I really was excited about that, and so I took all the classes from that program. And we continue to work together. He's helped a lot in different aspects of Tapity, kind of networking, making connections to meet people, and hooking me up with people in the press here in Charlotte, things like that. So Dr. Toon's been a great help for me and a great resource throughout my years here.
Whether it's financial or strategic issues, management issues, team building, product development, project management, all these kinds of things are in our certificate program because we want to build strong entrepreneurs. Smart ones to start, but strong ones who are able to manage their business well. But then the third level is we want them to be able to grow it. Over at Ventureprise, now that's over at the Ben Craig Center currently, they have a student incubator there where student-run businesses can apply. They can have access to that incubator. Now you get the rooms for free, you get equipment on occasion, you get mentoring by some of the experts who are there. Also, they can connect you with people that they know.
We take them through different mentoring, counseling sessions with primarily myself and also Devin Collins and Paul Wettenhall, who work with me, taking them through different aspects of their companies, helping them learn and grow and try to advance more so through our mentoring than they would on their own. So that's our primary objective. We take them through different stages of process, depending on what level of stage they are in their growth process. For a company like Tapity, they already were in business, they had customers, they had a little bit of revenue. So we kind of went beyond what we've normally start a company with because they already had that good foundation. So we helped him refine his business plan. We've done some self-assessments, taken him through a SWOT analysis of his company, and now we're getting ready to start his 2013 budget and implementing an accounting system and process. What we really want to support is a company like Jeremy's that is not only has a market in Charlotte, but has a market nationwide and even worldwide.
Apple has featured it on their main iTunes page. We also have gotten, me and Jeremy designed a banner that went across right when you open iTunes, the App Store. There's a banner that shows in languages, and it has the books we designed and stuff like that. But I was thinking that this is all the way across the world. It's not just like, a local thing, a project I do at school or for myself. This is all across the world, and got thousands and thousands of people using it. And to see these websites showing our app that we've made and headlines like languages, the best translator money can buy, it's just really cool because that's like something we made, just something right here we've made. We've been working on it for over a year, and finally it's paid off.
A lot of the press that has talked about it has said that this is just the best designed translation app there is on the market, and it's also the funnest to use.